Greetings, greetings, children of the Most High Universe, children of the Most High God, children of your Mother, Father, Creator. So what I'm going to address, real brief, is the God and Goddess pantheon, right? And the Mother, Father, God. So the Mother, Father, God will be, well, the point of existence, the Big Bang, what created the Big Bang and the Big Bang. Alright, so now what created the Big Bang will be your Mother, Father, God. The Big Bang will also be your Mother, Father, God. And everything else that came from there will be God parts, God particles, God parts, right? Portions of God. Things made through the universe. Let's just put it that way. Since all things were made through the universe, through the Word. Alright? So now, with that being explained and that being understood, the universe manifests whole amongst you. So now you are portions of the universe and have parts from the universe in you. Body parts, all type of shit. You're made from cosmic dust. Okay, so this is the motherfucker that created the cosmic dust pretty much, which is the universe. Right, right. Okay, so when this person or this being manifests, this would be the being that manifests that made everything in existence. Get it? Which would be the entire fucking universe and the cosmic dust. Whereas you all would just be the cosmic dust. So this person would be where cosmic dust came from, and you all will be cosmic dust. So that's how that works. So now, with that being explained, and that gotten out the way, now let me explain this to y'all. Now there's text of your Christ returning, your Creator returning, your God returning, right? So now within that text, there's nothing about Mary and Joseph returning. It's only about your Creator returning. God returning, so God will receive his and her glory. Not Mary, not Joseph. Well, because Mary and Joseph have received God's glory since God's been gone. And they go secret occults and shit like that. They just put that shit on the floor. That's what it is. So y'all been worshiping humans over the Creator. Y'all been worshiping the creation over the Creator. Pretty much. All the way still to now. Regardless of what the fuck Jesus told you, what God told you, what Yahweh told you, and everybody else told you, y'all still go to Mother Mary and all these other motherfuckers. So now, your Creator incarnates amongst you. Your hidden God has been revealed that is no longer hidden anymore. So your hidden God, the Lord of hosts, is amongst you. Your Mother, Father, God. So now, he's not just the truth, the light, and the way, but he's the gateway to the gods and the goddesses. So this is why you have shit out here talking about the return of the gods. But gods is plural. But it's also singular, because Elohim is plural, but also singular, because Elohim is the entire universe, and the creator of the universe, and the Lord of hosts. Get it? So the universe is the host of the planets, so therefore the planets are owned by the universe. Makes sense? So now all these planets, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Neptune, you worship them as gods in the past. And they have been deemed gods. They are part of the Elohim. And they are who created you. Well, what you're created from. But not who created you, but they're what you're created from. This is why you have body parts that match the planets. Like Uranus is Uranus. Your penis is Venus. Her vagina is Venus. Your penis is Venus. See how that shit works? Jupiter is your head. Mars is your arms. Come on, y'all. Don't be slow. So anyway, now with that being explained, these are the things that are pertained to as the cosmic wheel, or the zodiac wheel. This is why you have moving planets. This is why you're created through these planets, by these planets, and these planets have an effect on you. This is why your creator is the Lord of hosts and puppet masters you through the planets. He does not puppet master you directly. So you have the choice to do the Lord's will, which is through the planets that rule over you. Or you have the choice to do man's will, which is these niggas down here that try and rule over you. That are still ruled over by the planets. All y'all are. So all y'all still puppet mastered by these planets pretty much. There's no escaping that. So now with that being said, Let me explain this. I'm the only person on this planet that's not puppet mastered by the planets. That's one. Two, I'm the only person on this planet that the planets came from. Three, I'm the only person on this planet that you all came from, since all the planets came from me and all the elements came from me, which is why I rule over the planets and I rule over the elements, and my element is ether. Now, ether is the universe that holds the planets together and that created the planets. Ether is the substance that existed before the universe existed, that created the universe. So now with that being said, me being the truth, the life, and the way, which is who Jesus was, and me being Christ, which is the anointed one, which means that I'm chosen for all the energies from the gods and goddesses to come through me, the portal, the gateway. So the truth, the light, and the way is a gateway for gods and goddesses, plural, plural. All right. But now all of that energy combined is your Alpha and Omega God. Just all of the aspects of your Creator God, the Alpha and Omega God. So you have the Mother God, you have the Father God, you have the Sister God, you have the Brother God. But it's all God. All God. Alpha and Omega God. So this is where y'all get your pantheon from. This one little area is pantheistic. So now, in the past, this one little area, which we call Ophiuchus, which is the cosmic center, which is behind the sun, which is also responsible for creating the center of the zodiac wheel, which is why you have the sun and the moon there, which is representative of 1212, the cosmic wheel of fate and destiny, and 1212, the sun and the moon, the Most High. This is why you have these things. So, with that being said, this is why God is not movable, but movable. Because the outer wheel moves, but the center of the wheel never moves. So you'll always have a sun and a moon in the sky, is the gist of it. And you'll always have a creator God that created the sun and the moon and stars in the heavens, is the gist of it. And the Alpha and Omega will never change, is the gist of it. So the outer realm, where you had the zodiac signs, those are subject to change. In other words, they live and die. They come and go, which is why you have an itemization as well. So you have Capricorn. Capricorn y'all call a goatfish. Well, it's actually a seahorse. But that was the best description that they had for a seahorse at the time. But y'all don't know that shit. So now, Pisces, well, that's symbolic of the aquatic area, the aquatic life, period. Aquarius is symbolic of God pouring out the waters and filling the seas, which is why it's a man pouring out the motherfucking pitcher of water. See my point? So now Gemini is symbolic of Adam and Eve, when Adam and Eve were first put here. See, but y'all don't know these things. Cancer is symbolic of crabs, like real live crabs. Seriously. Sagittarius is symbolic of centaurs that actually existed at once upon a time that you motherfuckers act like didn't exist, but if it didn't exist, then it wouldn't be a picture of the shit. And not only did centaurs exist, but they did evolve into men being on horseback. And were exaggerated as men being on horseback as being centaurs. Because where you had to have the first horseback ride. See my point? So now, with that being said, these are the symbols of the zodiac wheel and why they're humans, or would appear to be humans, and why you have items like a scale. Now, why would God put a scale there? Because the universe is balanced. So now with that being said, this is why what you deem your world, which isn't your world, is God's world. And what you deem your planet isn't your planet, is God's planet. And what you deem your people isn't your people, you're God's people. But y'all lost. So y'all don't know who is Isis Rael is. And the Israelites. So now, that would be all that's light. And everything is light. Everything is light. Humans are condensed sunlight. Everything is light. Everything in creation is created from light. Well, it's created by light, but it was created from the darkness. So now, with that being said, everything in creation supports light. So therefore, this is why you guys are imbalanced, because you guys are in support of darkness. See my point? So now, here's where I'm going with this shit. There must be some relevancy to my position that you all are not 100% for certain about, because it's too much for y'all to know, and it's too much for y'all to grasp, which is why it has been converted into just the Alpha Omega Supreme God. But the one Supreme God has been broken down into a pantheistic God. See how that shit works? But ultimately, it's still one and only Supreme God and Goddess. That's how that shit works. So now, with that being said, I'm a gateway for the gods and goddesses. All of them that ever existed. Some you've heard of, some you've never heard of, but I channel all of that fucking energy. So now it's here on the planet. It's in me. It's amongst me. It's what the fuck I am. It's who I am. And it's nothing none of y'all can do about it. So therefore, yeah, I channel Goddess Kali. I channel all the gods and goddesses from all the pantheons. That's what y'all just need to get over. Which is why it was all broken down to one grand architect, one creator. Me. So I'm your brother God, I'm your sister God, I'm your mother God, I'm your father God, pretty much. But I'm all God nonetheless. So you got the blood of humans in your veins. Well, I have the blood of gods in my veins. That's just the best way to put it. And that's the highest level of gods that you can have. That's the highest level of blood that you can have on this planet, is the blood of gods. You got royalty, and you have divinity. Divinity means God. That's just the best way to put it. That means you have the blood of gods in your veins. I have the blood of gods in my veins. Y'all have the blood of humans. Nonetheless, even if you're royal, you're still human. Just you have a royal lineage. I have a divine. I'm where your blood comes from. Period. This is why my zodiac sign just so happens, well, my constellation sign just so happens is the caduceus. The caduceus is symbolic of the intertwining of the DNA. So I literally own DNA. Not just human DNA, DNA. And this is also what makes me the Most High, because I have the blood of gods in me. I'm the gateway for the gods. And I actually own your DNA. You don't even own your DNA. Facts. And y'all been sitting up here playing games with me like I don't exist and y'all do. So again, my universe don't recognize y'all and recognize me, which is why it's imperative you get on the same frequency. See how that rhymes? And I wasn't even saying that shit to rhyme. It just come out like that. I do this shit all the time. It gets irritating, in fact, sometimes, but that's how I know who I am. And if you don't know who you are, you can't tell me who the fuck I am. Period. So now, to the man and the woman that brought me through, the spirit of God himself, through, well, let's say this. He was half God, she was half God. You take a half God, you take a half of God, you get a whole fucking God. Well, I'm a whole fucking God. And then the buck stopped here. See how that shit worked? So I'm not taking no credit from Miss Shelton. And I'm not taking no credit from her counterpart that she laid with at the time to have me. What I won't allow is them to take credit away from me that I fucking deserve, and that I exist, and the fact that I defeated death and both of them have to die tells you that. Well, I'm immortal. I'm immortal. That's just the best way to put it. So yeah, and all y'all half-ass gods. They just knew that they was God. The rest of y'all half-ass God don't know y'all God. It just so happens, well, let's just say the human side got the best of it. Whereas with me, how I'm built, Well, y'all built from me. Y'all built through me. Y'all built by me. So y'all built for me. That's how that shit works. And there's no way around it. But y'all gonna stop playing this game like y'all in possession of me and I'm not in possession of y'all. Y'all gonna stop playing this game like I only exist to do y'all will and y'all deeds, but not my own. And I'm God. Because that's what y'all doing. Y'all treat me like y'all God and I exist to do y'all will. Y'all treat me like all things are for you, through you, and by you. And that I'm you. And that y'all not me. That's what y'all doing with y'all stupid asses. That's what y'all doing. And then y'all sat here and y'all sat up and you allowed her to establish him for a hierarchy and a supremacy and a position that she was never in position to even give to anybody. That's what y'all not getting. She had no authoritative right because she was no authoritative figure to make him or anybody else any more authoritative than she was, because her authority that she had came from me. And if I didn't exist, she wouldn't have had that authority. That's the funny part. So if I didn't exist, she wouldn't have that authority. Then that means none of your authority fucking exists. I'm the one that got it all. That means she was getting her power from me. That means he's getting his power from me. That means you bitch ass niggas and bitches is getting y'all power from me. That's what that means. So that means it's time for y'all to sit your whole asses the fuck down and vacate the fucking premises. That's what that means. Peace, bitches. I'm whole. Bye.